Yeah, that was one of my favorite Mario Party songs. I just wanted to listen to songs like that over and over again. That was also the last Mario Party 2 board that my brother and I managed to beat before Toad got kidnapped and we had to go to Bowserland. I have a lot to say about what happened that day. I also remember it was the 4th of July of the Y2K, but enough about that. Hi! I am here to complete my next... I am here to complete my first Ultimate story, so I shall get started with explaining some of the things that are going on in the story. Okay, let me see if I can get this thing to work. Okay, finally, I figured out how to get this dang thing to work. Sometimes it doesn't work. So as you can see, chapter 16 was the next chapter. This was right after birthdays and getting reacquainted or something like that. I forgot. Oh, reunions, I think? Never mind. Anyway, this chapter talked about how Misty and her friends started the Friendly Five, and it mentioned in here that Fox is all for it. It's just one of those little fun things that I created for the Ultimate story. I was always the kind of person who always liked to play around with my fun-loving side, and you'll see a lot of stuff like that in my story. As you can see, like I mentioned, Fox is all over the idea of the girls forming the Friendly Five, and I think I was 12 when I came up with this idea. It was a lot of fun, and there's some parts of me that are thinking this is a really dumb idea. How could I put this into the story? It's ridiculous. That comes from Buttercup and Falco expressing their disapproval towards the idea and how lame and dumb it is. But I'm the kind of person who likes to have fun, and there's a lot of stuff like this in my story. A bunch of singing and dancing, and at least for the characters in my story that love to sing and dance and have fun and stuff like that, it's a huge stress reliever. So anyway, chapter 17, Misty is finishing up with her training, her fairy training and princess training, and for her final test of her princess training, she is to... Hang on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. General Pepper. And everybody was, like, shocked to find out about that because any Star Fox fan would know just what kind of a person he is. Or maybe not, because he really doesn't present himself that much in the game, but he's the general of the Cornerian army, and he's not exactly someone that you can just, like, talk to someone like a norm, or mess around with. The guy is very serious. He can be a bit funny too, but I would not place my bets on just being silly around this guy until you really do get comfortable with him. So anyway, this chapter, she actually is practicing, trying to keep her manners in check, in case, well, so that she could leave a good impression on the general, and especially for what's been going on in this story. I'd rather not talk about it. If you want to see what goes on in this chapter, just read it yourself, because I really don't feel like talking about it. So anyway, as we go through the story, Misty meets General Pepper for the first time, and Fox is with her, of course. And so they just spend the entire day getting acquainted with the General, and Fox knows him very well, from what you can tell, and throughout the day she really does leave a good impression on the General, much to Buttercup's surprise. So yeah, after she spent the day with the General and doing all this stuff, she met with Beck. Where's the part where he... Oh yeah, here we go. So everyone was quite surprised to see that she really did leave a good impression. Some of them weren't really too surprised. Others didn't exactly express their surprise in a positive manner. There's one part on here when Falco made a rude comment about her.
Very well. She did very well. The General thought of her as one of the most polite young ladies that she has ever met.
Wow, that's great. And we all know that she's really not.
Watch it, bird brain. Falco, I'm very disappointed in you.
Maybe you should give him some training. Maybe you should give him some training. Whip that attitude of his into good shape.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea at all.
Don't even think about it. So yeah, anyway, she finished up with her princess training. She's ready to go home. Misty promises to find Fox's friend. Ribbon and Rayman have never been to Earth, and they are quite excited to see it and visit it for the first time. But before they return to Earth to continue their assignments, they went back to Misty's home. So let me get started on the next chapter, The Big Revelation. I remember this one very well. One day, the girls and Rayman all arrived back on Earth.
Oh man, I feel like I've been off this planet for years. But it's only been 1 year.
Yeah, I know. Ribbon looked around.
So, this is Earth.
Looks very different than what I'm used to.
Lisa, if it's okay with you, I would like to go home to talk to my sisters. Sure, let's do that.
They were soon brought back to Cerulean City. There, Misty returned to her home.
Girls, I'm home.
They were soon greeted by Misty's sisters. Excuse me for a minute. There's something I need to take care of. That way the ringing of the phone won't be too loud.
Misty, it's so good to see you. And I see you look different from the last time we saw you. You look very nice. Thank you. The Powerpuff Girls gave me a makeover, and this headband was a gift from a friend who lives on a different planet. Oh, so you've been to other planets, huh? Did you save those other planets? Just one. Wow, our sister's been gone for 1 whole year, and already she's visiting other planets. Yes, let's go. We need to talk.
Yeah, one of those typos that I keep overlooking. Oh, brother. One of my focusing issues, I guess you could say. They arrived deeper within the house.
So, Misty, How have you been? Did you perfect your powers? I have. And I have also found out a lot about myself. You have? Yes. I met a fairy named Lee. She gave me some special powers and told me that I was really a princess and the guardian of this planet's oceans. All the girls sulked. You knew about this the whole time and you never told me. We're sorry, Misty. We didn't want anything to happen to you. Yeah, we made a promise to our parents before they died. Our parents? You mean they knew about this too? Yes, they have been looking after this ancient princess of the sea for many generations. Lee came to us to check on us every time a girl was born in our family. A lot of them contained essence of her powers, but she herself was not contained within any of them. On the day you were born, Lee came to us and told us that all the essence of the legendary princess of the sea was contained inside you. You are the legendary princess of the sea. But what about our parents? Having you was the happiest day of their lives, but then a great and evil wizard appeared in front of them. Before then, they handed you over to us and told us to run as far away from them as we possibly can. We were young girls back then, so we didn't understand why, until that horrible wizard arrived. Lee did everything she could to protect them and our entire family, but even she couldn't save our parents. But she did manage to save us. So, our parents are dead because of me? The Misty's sisters said nothing. Misty then burst into tears. I can't believe this! This is Daisy then held Misty close. This is exactly why we didn't tell you. We were scared that you would blame yourself for our parents' deaths. You have to understand something. They risked their lives to save you, not just because you were this legendary princess, but you were also their daughter. And if they were to do it all over again, they would have made the same choice. Misty still cried. Bubbles then burst into tears as well. What's wrong, Bubbles? I'm so sorry. I had no idea any of this would happen. Why is it a good idea to even meet Misty? I don't know. It's okay, Bubbles. All of this would have happened anyway. We're so glad you met our sister and took her out of our house. As long as you didn't get her into a lot of trouble. Well, we had a few bumps here and there, but we were able to manage. That's good. So, Misty, did you make any new friends when you visited other planets? Actually, while I'm at it, now that I really think about it, soon enough, everyone calmed down. One of the important parts of writing the stories is to, when you're ready to change subject, you need to put something in that, which the story eventually shifts to another part in which something else happens. Well, I did meet some people, including this guy. Ooh, you met a guy? Tell us more about this guy. Misty blushed. I wonder if you people know where this is going or suspect where this is going. His name is Fox, and, well, he's a fox. A fox named Fox? Well, that sounds understandable. That's the first impression I got from my brother about Fox. He is a fox named Fox, and that was before I ever saw the game.
Oh boy, back then I had no idea what was going to happen afterwards. I was so young, so innocent, and so naive. I was never that way again.
Yes, he's very human-like, but he's covered from head to toe in fur and has these big pointy ears, a pointy nose, and a tail. So he's a human-like fox guy. Yes, he's very nice. He has a team of his own who are very good friends of his. Is he handsome?
Her entire face turned red. I'm sorry, Poke Shippers.
No need to say anything. It's written all over your face.
Sorry, it's one of my unusual habits. All of her sisters giggled.
No, it's not like that at all. It's okay. We understand if you're not ready for that kind of thing yet. That day will come when you're old enough.
At that moment, Misty was too embarrassed to say anything. Meanwhile, on Planet Corneria, Falco, Peppy, and Slippy were talking amongst each other.
So, what did you guys think of the girls, Rayman and Rayman?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I think it was mighty nice to have them around, including Peach. They were nice company. I know, and it seems like a long time since I last saw Peach and Rayman.
Yeah, it was nice to finally see them again after so many years.
You guys were actually apart for 6 years.
I know, but it was 6 years too long for me.
Same here. Well, now that you put it that way, it does make sense. Or rather, that does make sense. At that time, Fox sat alone, staring into the sky.
Hey, Fox!
He then turned around and looked towards his friend. Oh, hey, guys. Hey, Fox, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You look despondent. Is there something on your mind?
Or someone?
What? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I can see her name written all over your face.
Fox blushed. Cut it out! It's not like that at all. Come on, Fox. We all know that you're into that Earth girl. You were all over her since she arrived on this planet. Shut up! We're just friends, okay? Besides, she's too young.
But don't you miss her?
Of course I miss her. But that's not what's bothering me. What's wrong, Fox?
It's okay. You can tell us.
Well, it's just my friend. Oh, that friend of yours you keep talking about. I just hope that Misty stays true to her word, and I hope she is able to find her. I'm sure she will, Fox. She would search every corner of space to find that friend of yours. Yeah, I know that much. I just don't want it all to be in vain. Please find her, Misty. Meanwhile, back on Earth. Whatever. Misty and the other girls were ready to depart from Cerulean City. At daybreak, Misty stands in front of her. Stood. My apologies for the wrong grammar. I'm changing, okay? And said their goodbyes. Well, Misty, I hope you achieve a lot of good things with your powers.
Yeah, and we're sorry for keeping the whole princess thing from you. It's okay. I'm just glad for everything you did for me, to protect me. We would do it all over. We would do it for you all over again if we could. Thank you. Well, good luck with everything. Bye, Misty. Come back anytime. I will. Bye, girls.
She then left with Misty Maggie and the Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, Lee, what is it we have to do next?
I need you to go back to Professor Oak's place.
Professor Oak's place? Are you sure?
Yes, that is where your journey will begin.
Oh, okay. Let's go then.
So they head back to Pallet Town. They return to Professor Oak's place, and I need to bring this up a little. Yeah, they start talking and blah, 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 and this is something I came up with a long time ago. The girls need to look for Pokemon stones, which was something I came up with a long time ago. Yeah, those were some good times, While I'm at it, let me go bring up the stones. Yeah. Yeah, something I came up with a long time ago, like I said. But for my story, they had to travel with a Pokemon trainer for some reason, and I can't exactly figure out how to make that idea like really work without like I just don't know how to make it work. I could use some help with that, maybe. So yeah, the Pokemon stone that they collected from Cubone, they needed to do it with a few others, but for some reason they have to travel with a Pokemon trainer. Something about the Pokemon being able to trust a trainer or something like that in order for the stones to reveal themselves. They need to like find a trainer that the Pokemon can trust, and I have this whole thing with the journey to Kanto and the thing involving Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, the three that he ends up catching after they like deal with the whole issues with them. The stones reveal themselves or something like that to the crystal, and the crystal was able to extract the stones from them. It was something I came up with when I was 10, okay? I was still just a child, and I did not know how to make ideas work. I just came up with them. And now I'm living with the consequences of ideas that I came up with, and I have to find a way to make them work. So anyway, the girls returned to Professor Oak's house, and they were talking to him about being able to travel with a Pokemon trainer in order to find these stones, but the professor mentions that there aren't any Pokemon trainers traveling around because a lot of the gyms have shut down. And this was an idea that I came up with, but I didn't figure out how to make work until just several years back when I came up with another idea to explain it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is where he meets the new members of the team. Okay, here we go. What brings you guys?
We're on an important mission, and we're going to need to travel with a Pokemon trainer in order to achieve it.
Pokemon trainer?
Yes, we heard that they come to you before they start their journey.
Oh, well, I hate to disappoint you, but there haven't there haven't been any Pokemon trainers traveling Kanto at the moment. As a matter of fact, I don't think there will be any traveling anytime soon.
What? Why not?
Well, all of the gyms in the region have been shut down, and I don't think they will be starting up presently.
Oh no! But we need a trainer to help us with our mission.
I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do to help. But I'm completely powerless.
Do you have any ideas as to why they're shut down?
That I don't know.
Let's see what I can find.
I think I'm gonna do a little editing with what I see here so far, and this is where it gets really mysterious. My stories are full of so many mysteries, and I hope I'm able to clarify the ones that need to be explained, because this one, I came up with a very unusual idea for this part. So, right here, Lisa was able to reach out to all the people telepathically. Let's see.
Well, did you guys find out anything? Yes, I have found out a lot. The Pewter City gym leader is busy taking care of 10 children. I know your sisters are not interested in starting up their gym.
Their gym. Okay, good.
The Vermilion City's gym leader Pokemon is currently injured. The Celadon City gym is burnt from the inside. Fuchsia City gym leader is far too busy in training. Cinnabar Island gym shut down a long time ago, and the Viridian City gym leader is nowhere to be found.
As you can see, a few of those incidences mentioned in my story have happened in the show, and this is one of the mysteries. Some of these happened during Ash's journey, but how come they have already happened? Or maybe that doesn't need to be a mystery. As for the Viridian City gym leader, oh my gosh, I have a story to this. But before I do that, I have to wonder, how many people have already guessed where the final gym in Kanto is going to be? And how many of you were able to figure out that the final gym leader was Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket? As I think about that more and more, I began to realize that it was more or less obvious who the gym leader was and where the final gym was going to be. I was like, I'm still baffled about that. That brings back so many wonderful memories. So many memories. So, everyone was in a bit of a bind because there are no gyms open at the moment, and Lisa needed to find a way around this. Again, this comes from another crazy idea that I came up with when I was younger, and I kind of had to have this happen because of that crazy idea. Oh my gosh, So yeah, Lisa came up with a plan to resolve this issue, and when I was 10 years old, my brother got Super Smash Brothers, and out of the characters that took part in that game, I probably didn't know. There were 4 I didn't know yet. I knew Mario, I knew Donkey Kong, I knew Yoshi, I obviously knew Fox, I knew Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Luigi, and Captain Falcon. but I have not yet known Link, Samus, Ness, and Kirby. So yeah, I just came up with this crazy idea of coming up with the Super Smash Gym Leaders. Again, it's just another crazy idea that I came up with when I was younger. I was just a crazy kid playing around with fictional characters and having a lot of fun. And now I'm stuck with the after effects of having to make these ideas work somehow and make sense and whatever. But I think having these wacky ideas, I think it's a very important part of explaining what it's like to live with autism. Just having so many wacky ideas. I just express how much of a crazy person I am to have an imagination and to play around with my imagination as much as I like, and it's always been my dream to share this wacky imagination, these wacky stories of mine with so many people. But for years I've often questioned why I wanted to do this. And I understand that a lot of these ideas weren't something that people weren't going to take seriously and such. But as I got older and older, I began to understand more and more why it was so important for me to express myself, just bring out these stories and try to understand the importance of why I was doing this. I think a lot of the wacky ideas I have in mind just came from trying to understand myself in a way and trying to understand why I'm so different. So yeah, Lisa came up with the idea of bringing forth some of her best students. Again, I have so much to talk about involving this story. So yeah, so as I was writing this story, Lisa was talking about some sort of ultimate destiny. And sorry about that, the dang keyboard just doesn't, never mind, so yeah, I came up with this ultimate destiny thing, which is a way to have me get these ideas to actually make sense. And as I was thinking more and more about the story and beginning to formulate these ideas and just bringing everything together, and the girls and a lot of these people that are involved with them are taking part in this ultimate destiny. And the thing is, the main characters don't know what it is. Even the mystics don't exactly know what this ultimate destiny was going to be. So yeah, this school that she set up, Academy, was like a test for herself. Let's see. I need to explain this as I read the story.
What's this place?
I had a chance around.
This is a realm that the girls and I have returned to quite often. I used this place back when I was still training to master my powers. Just being here brings back so many wonderful memories. I think Mario mentioned coming back to a place like this repeatedly. This is where you taught Mario and those other people you brought here. All of those... of those unusual, otherworldly things, wasn't it? Yep, this is the exact place. It was part of my training. Lee mentioned that I was someone special and I was needed to fulfill something known as the ultimate destiny. Ultimate destiny? What do you mean exactly? Well, back when I was still a fairy in training, I uncovered many secrets that are beyond even anything that anyone would ever learn within their entire life. I don't really know how to explain all of it, but when Lee found out about this, she prompted me to set up this place where I am to select a few unique individuals to take part in a special teaching. A teaching? You mean like a school? Yes, but it was more than just a school. Lee wanted me to find and gather these individuals to teach them about some special otherworldly knowledge that she felt needed to be learned. But it was not just for them. It was also an assignment for me to test how well I am able to sense out and select individuals who are worthy of knowing all of what I needed to teach them. And what qualifications are needed for them to be considered worthy? The knowledge that I had to teach them can't be trusted to just anyone. And there are some who would misuse this knowledge to do terrible things. Others would believe this knowledge to be nothing more than just make-believe nonsense and absolute gibberish. However, there are only a few who would not misuse this knowledge and are open-minded enough to understand that all of them are real facts. Those are the people who are considered worthy of learning this. So, how did you pick out these worthy individuals? Did you read their minds? I'm afraid it's not that simple. I needed to do more than just read their minds. Lee invited over 100 individuals to this realm to take part in a special teaching. These individuals are considered heroes of where they came from. Out of all 100 of them, only a handful of them are considered worthy. I had to observe them and their behaviors, and then base my decisions on what I have observed from them. What specifically did you need to look out for in order for you to deem them worthy? It was something I had to assess based on my own personal experience and better judgment. I needed to look for those who demonstrated unyielding value towards others and the well-being of others, as well as not having any value towards something much more, such as those who are not easily susceptible to greed and hunger for power, and yet wishes to learn more in order to protect those they care about. From that, I was able to assess my judgment accordingly and choose those who would be my top students to attain the special knowledge, with me knowing that they would fall into the right hands. Even more than that, these individuals that I have selected would also take part in this ultimate destiny. Fox became one of those students of mine. I like to capitalize important letters like those. Fox was your top student? Yes, and I believe I have brought him here, as well as the others. I will be more than happy to introduce you to them. Now, from what you could see on that picture, those top students were the characters from Super Smash Bros. Let's see. The first one introduced was Mario. And Peach obviously knew him. As you can tell, Mario doesn't talk much. There are a few things that I really loved putting into the story. Do all the girls have a favorite top student here? though I have found someone that you know very well.
Misty looked over and spotted someone that made her smile.
Ah, Fox!
She ran over towards her, who was chatting with another person. Was an elf-like person in a green tunic and a green hat. Gee, I wonder who we know is an elf-like person in a green tunic and has a green hat. I don't think you need to guess. Misty, never thought I'd see you again so soon.
I know, it's good to see you, even though we just separated not too long ago.
Yeah, seemed too long for me. By the way, I would like you to meet someone. This is Link. He's a good friend of mine. Link, this is the Earth Girl that I have been talking to you about. Nice to meet you, Misty. This is one of the interesting things that I have added to the story. I've made Link a little more talkative as... Yeah, seriously? Not holded. I don't know why I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'm just out of focus. So what else is new?
So you both are friends, did you say?
Yes. We met here back when we were still new to this whole mystic teaching thing. We became very close ever since. Some of us were new to the subject of magic than others. I happen to be familiar with magic... because... Sorry. And says, back at my homeland. Fox, on the other hand, was more familiar with technology than magic.
It's good to see you again, Link.
Same to you, Master.
Master? Oh, Link, you know that I was merely a student myself, much like you.
I know, but all the things that you've shown us should have made you plenty qualified to earn you that title. What you have seen and learned, the way you were able to attain them the way you did, all of that was incredible. As you can see, Link definitely has a lot to say. And I would imagine him to be voiced by the same guy who did Tracy Sketchit from Pokemon, and with the much more, I don't know how to describe it. I wasn't exactly good at describing things.
Well, yes, it was. Even I wasn't able to understand a lot of how it happened, but from what I was told, it all meant that there was something important that I had to do, and it is something that is going to affect all of us.
Yes, I have felt it too. So yeah, as you can see, they were just talking with Link, and I don't know how many people would believe that Link should continue to be a silent protagonist, but in my story, if somebody needs to talk, then dang it, they should talk. Well, I do remember seeing, or rather reading about a few of the cartoons in which he does talk, and a few incidences in which the character, oh my gosh, the way they written the character was just embarrassing. The whole, well, excuse me, princess. Ugh. I could never imagine him to be that way at all. I would think of him as someone who's mostly serious, and very rarely does he get involved in slapstick humor. just because slapstick humor is part of the story. That's just the kind of person that I am. I love humor, and I hate animosity. So yeah, they're really going about talking and stuff like that about the different characters and the different students. You know, I'm done with talking about this stuff. What's with this? Okay, I have no idea why that was the way it was. So yeah, after they went through meeting all the characters, she assigned them to different towns to represent, and these guys became like, oh, the new gym leader. Oh, I just remembered something. Blah blah blah. The last thing you need to know: a few days and teacher yours and training a few days. So blah blah blah. Pokemon. Blah blah blah. One other thing. This is something I forgot to give to Misty for her as a present.
There is something that I forgot to give you.
I do this out of force of habit. Reached out, looked over towards it. Rummaged through her bag. She then pulled out what appeared to be a thin book and handed it over to Misty.
This is for you. A book? Lisa, this is, it's something that I've had for a long time. It seems to contain some sort of mystic secret within its pages. I've yet to unlock those secrets. Maybe you can. Mystic secrets? What could it be? I don't know, but I can sense out an immense magical aura within that book. It seems to be housing something very important. I hope that you will be able to find out what that is. Misty stared at the book. So the girls returned to Professor Oak and announced what they were doing, and then they just decided to really get started on the plan. Oh, one of the most important parts of the story. Meanwhile, elsewhere, I don't know any other way to phrase that, Lee and Pelucas stood beside each other. They seemed to be looking out at something. It seems the wheels of fate are turning. Yes, it truly has begun. Lisa has but commenced the first epic journey of this ultimate destiny. I just hope that these chosen participants will succeed where we have failed. Do not dwell on this. I mean, sure, we may not have been able to prevent such a terrible travesty, but we were blindsided by the corruption that has befallen all of these worlds. We will not fail this time. I believe that with all my heart. I can only hope so. Lisa foresaw much of the anguish that we have endured. Although she has yet to comprehend everything, she was able to fathom much of what would come to be. It's nice to have such fresh new faces to take part in this. The losses caused by the darkness are greatly immense, and it has taken a toll on all of us. When such loss takes a great toll on me most of all, especially since he was... She hesitated. She closed her eyes and dropped her head. I understand your pain, but it could not be helped.
At least you were left with much. The loss should not be too great.
Yes, I can feel that everywhere, but the sadness from the loss has caused my restoration to be very lingering. I need to meditate just to maintain my strength.
Still, you have yet to recover? I know you have been through a lot. But has it really taken that much out of you? You must understand the agony from my loss exceeds my own physical wounds. We nearly lost everything. We were fortunate enough that we acted as quickly as we did. Yes, indeed, this journey will test the friendship and loyalty of all those involved, and those that will be involved. They will need them to face these difficult battles.
I know. I just hope that our new friends will be ready for all of it when the time comes. Lisa has done wonderfully to teach them what they need to know for the moment. So I feel that when the time is right, they will face the many challenges ahead.
Yes, I believe that my loyal subordinate shall aid in our cause.
Yes, he has indeed proven himself worthy for our cause. I expected nothing less from your soul kin.
Of course, my only existing kin. My dear boy, you have done me proud, but you know very well that there is still more to come, much more to face. I need you to continue helping the cause. Aid our young heroes. Continue to look after Lisa and her team as they began their next journey. There were sure to be many challenges ahead and many secrets to uncover. They have yet to scratch the surface of what they will be facing. This is truly a story that begins many stories. Yeah. It took me, let's see, how old was I? I was 12, and it took me 15 years to finally finish the story. I was on a standstill, and I've written only a fraction of the story when I was still in middle school. Oh, the memories of that. And yeah, there was so much that I haven't written yet, and I believe I just didn't know enough to really start writing. And sometimes I had to actually begin my later stories in order to continue this first one, because they really do come together quite nicely. Oh my goodness, yeah. I have a lot of good memories of this story, and I still have more to come, and I have so much that I need to talk about, especially the journey through Kanto. It's hard for me to write that story because I'm currently stuck on a writer's block, which I'm trying to get through. I think I may have a few ways of getting through that, but not ready for dealing with the rest of that. So, anyway, I shall sign out for now, and next time I will do a few new things. So, thank you for watching, and see ya.